The National Stock Exchange announced the biannual recomposition of its exchanges last evening, and Yes Bank has been left out of the benchmark Nifty 50 now. Not surprising, considering the trouble it's been facing and the resultant stock performance. Devina is standing by to tell us about that and the other key changes to the Nifty indices. Devina, it was a long press release, I think 32 or 33 odd pages. What are the main highlights?
Yeah, so the first, obviously, the biggest highlight is the Nifty 50 constituents change, where Yes Bank makes its move out and replacing it is Shree Cement. And this is actually contrary to, brokerage beliefs that Dabur would have come in instead of Shree Cement, but it looks like Shree Cement cemented its place in the index now. Looking at the price performance as well, Shree Cement, I think the first time that it was noted that it would come in, January 6th was when Edelweiss put out its first note saying that it's a possibility of Shree Cement coming in. From there, it ran up from 21,000 odd levels to 25,355 that it made its high, and then from there it's come down to 23,777. This is what it looks like in terms of weighted changes as well as the possible expected fund flow changes into index funds. So Yes Bank has a weightage of about 0.16. Replacing it is Shree Cement, and Shree Cement will hold a weightage of 0.64. Incrementally, fund buying in Shree Cement is expected to the tune of $95.6 million, according to Edelweiss. Along with that, there will be an outflow of about $23.53 million from Yes Bank. Aside from these major changes on the index, there are many more changes that's happening with regards to Nifty Next. Nifty Next 50, where the rejig in terms of what's in and what's out. So you've got Adani Transmission, which comes in, IDBI Bank that comes in, L&T Infotech, Info Edge, and Torrent Pharma that come in, and they replace the likes of Ashok Leyland, Indiabulls Housing Finance. It's really sad because it's not just gone out of the Nifty last time, it's gone out of the Nifty Next 50 as well. L&T Financial Holdings, Shree Cement, obviously because this gets bumped up to the Nifty 50, and then Vodafone Idea because of what we've been seeing happening to the stock. It's become a 3 rupee stock now, so no chance of it being in the Nifty Next 50. Moving on, the other one being Midcap 100 Rejig, which is taking place. What's in is Adani Gas, Adani Green Energy. Remember, these are very active stocks, and this has been an active pocket. The entire Adani Group stocks have been an active pocket since the last 3 months or so. Ashok Leyland comes here into the Midcap 100. Indiabulls Housing moves into this category, and so is IRCTC. IRCTC and what has run this has had yesterday's session also 8.5% higher. What's out is Future Consumer, Graphite India, HEG, IDBI Bank, and Info Edge. So a lot of reshuffling from one category to the other. And, a few more names that make its way into the Midcap 100. L&T Finance Holdings, NIIT Tech, Polycab. Remember, new listing Polycab. Last April got listed, so not even a year complete. Vodafone Idea comes here. Yes Bank moves into the Midcap 100 from being a large cap name. L&T Infotech moves out. NBCC, Sterlite Tech, Torrent Pharma, and Varroc Engineering are some of the other movers which are out of the list of the Midcap 100 stocks. In terms of sectoral rejigs, you've got these are the categories. That's in the consumer durables category and the consumer durables Nifty index. You've got Dixon Tech, which makes its place and replaces Bajaj Electricals. In terms of the financial services space, Edelweiss is replaced by Piramal Enterprises. Now, both of them have their fair shares of ups and downs, but it looks like for Edelweiss the pain is slightly more prolonged, and the kind of activity more speculative of sorts even for an Edelweiss. So that's probably something that's not sat too well. Into the FMCG basket is Varun Beverages, a strong performer, historically also been a very firm footing stock, and that replaces Godrej Properties. The last few days, however, have not been that great. Ahead of numbers, the stock was trading closer to 850. From there, it's now down to about 808. But yesterday's session was interesting for this one. And the other one is the commodity space, where Atul comes in, sale goes out, and lastly in the MNC space, Nippon Life AMC makes an entry, Sterlite Tech makes an exit. And all of these changes will come into effect from 27th of March.
I think this last plate is arguably one of the most important ones, because a lot of these sectoral indices are now seeing recognition of companies which are doing well, and new age sectors of sorts as well, right? I mean, Dixon Tech, back-end manufacturing replacing Bajaj Electricals, or Varun Beverages, a bottling unit replacing Godrej, or Atul, finally a chemicals company getting into one of the mainstream indices as well, or an AMC space getting into MNC, though I don't know why Sterlite Tech was there, but nevertheless, that notwithstanding. So underperformers are moving out and newer sectors are coming in, Devina, which is actually a pretty heartening thing.
Yeah, so I guess rebalancing in such a way, but also the fact that, you know, I guess the kind of financial performances and the kind of shareholder impact that this has had, most of these stocks, like if you see for that matter, no shareholder value creation from Sterlite Tech, SAIL, Edelweiss, Bajaj Electricals has been falling off late. So all of these factors kept in mind, I guess.
Yeah, let's see. But interesting. Thanks so much for that analysis, Devina. Keep in mind that from a fund flow perspective, Shree Cement likely to get about $0.64 million or maybe $1 million or thereabouts, and that's the weightage, excuse me, and 0.16% or thereabouts for Yes Bank. But the inflows in Shree Cement likely to be a lot more, $95 million and $23 million of an outflow expected from Yes Bank.